Yo, what it is, YouTube, Delgo here. Just continuing my video series of my gaming background and competitive nature. Right here is my Guild Wars screenshot or picture saved of my monk. I think there was a button for Guild Wars that would save pictures. I don't think you had to hit print screen to save them, but I'm not certain. Anyways, this is my 55 monk, Princess Vardar. Monk Ranger, but all the skills used were monk skills. This is my 55 monk build. First started playing as I think I started as a necro. I have a monk, I have an elementalist, and a warrior. I name all my Guild Wars characters after soccer club teams that I've either known about from just their famous players, or that I've played in the past with my own club team playing against them. My club team was called Dakota Gold Clash, C-L-A-S-H. We're the only team from South Dakota to ever win a national champion, or not national champion, but a region champion in 1999. You could probably Google it and figure it out, but we are the only team as of present that has won. I think we've had a couple other teams from the Dakota Gold Club team to get second or in the semifinals, but we are the only and presently only team to have won. I was the age of 13 at the time, and we were just young prodigies tearing it up on the soccer field. So Princess Vardar. Vardar comes from the state of Kentucky. That's their club team, was Vardar. This is the cape I build. The cape I made was for our guild. Gaming Since Birth was the name, and the clan tag was SNES. As you know, I was born in the NES ages, but the majority of our guild was from the Super Nintendo realm or times. So we went with SNES, and it looked pretty cool as a clan tag instead. So I've been following competitive gaming. This is another screenshot after they created the OBS mode, the observation mode, where you could watch previously played teams or matches that were top tier or top. I think it was top 100 at the time. You were hosted or shown through replays that you could watch, which was one of the best updates Guild Wars ever came up with. I remember watching the monks, because that's what I usually played later on in competitive gaming of Guild Wars, was the support role as a monk. Tommy equals for the win. I don't know if I already mentioned, this is Team Quitter, QQ, ranked 20 at the time. They've also made a website, what is it, QQ, Team Quitter. Damien, I believe, was one of their admins and was one of their players at the time. Let's see, I don't know if he's one of them, but they also have Legend of Dan Jang right there. Let me zoom in if you can't see that. Legend of Dan Jang. He was a evil player. As you can see here, he's pictured right there with the gold cape, and he plays warrior. Looks like they have 3 warriors, 1 Mesmer, 1 Ellie, or 2 Ellies and 2 monks. Ellie's usually played support role, but Tommy equals for the win was pretty cool. Listen to some of his podcasts. Rep Protein A is also a pretty cool guy. Not sure where they've gone after Guild Wars, but they were a top team. I think competed for the Guild Wars championships and many other tournaments. Let's see. So this was a US guild, by the way. It was Team Quitter. Evil, as I mentioned in my previous video, was a Korean team, and you could have subs during these times. I think 1 or 2 or maybe 3 possible subs, but that's another screenshot of that. Let's see, this is kind of more of like a Guild Wars background anyways, because I have a lot of screenshots of these. There's my monk again, Princess Vardar. Some of my other names that I've had in Guild Wars. Lord Delco was my warrior, as you'll see later on. But I got that name from this Delco, I think, came from the East Coast as a club team and grew out, and eventually Nebraska, like Omaha, Nebraska, formed their two club teams merged and formed Delco, FC Delco, Football Club Delco. And I know playing in one of the matches at the NFC Cup, I think on the USA Field 1, if you guys know anything about soccer or that area, we had a really memorable match against them. We ended up winning 2-0. Pretty big underdogs going up against that team, but it was just crazy hectic game. They seemed to shoot tons of shots on our goal, and it kept on going back and forth, but we ended up getting a goal very, very early, and one of our teammates got free and had like somewhat of a breakaway, but he was heading towards the corner of the field and ended up trying to cross it and hit the back post and ended up hitting the goalie, and we scored off an own goal, which was crazy because he was like near the end line, and like right at the corner he just crossed it just to save it kind of, and somehow it curled back in and hit the post, and we scored 2-0, which helped us confirm the win, and kind of I think kind of just, I don't know, gave us more stability during the game. But anyways, Guild Wars got so advanced that the energy denial, this is one thing that support roles would have to deal with, was multiple weapon sets. You could see later on monks healed with swords and shields. The reason to do that was to boost their armor. That's how I don't know, complex this game can get down to the very details. I also enlarged my mini-map later on, but it's not pictured there, but I enlarged the mini-map so you could see more. 4 different weapon sets, had different macros set up for the skill bar. Usually 1, 2, and 3 I would set just normal, the keys 1, 2, and 3. 4 I would use that Microsoft mouse that I've shown before in my TE element video, or my TT esports mouse video. 4 would set to that right mouse button on the side. And the other ones I would usually just push with the mouse. But anyways, this is the energy denial sword that I bought later on and got a 20% longer enchantment bind to it, or a grip. And basically you want to go as negative energy as you possibly could. So once you were 0, they could not take any more. That you could not go negative. So when you would switch to a different weapon set, you would have a reserve set of energy. So you would switch back and forth between heals from like mesmers that were trying to take energy away from you. And then between that you could switch to, I don't have any sword shields in that picture, but here's my I don't know if you, let me zoom in here. Yeah. Oops, too far. There you see -5 energy, and later on I got the 20% enchantment that lasts longer. There's another screenshot here. This is one of teams I was on, was hot pre-searing makeout party. Just kind of a, you know, pre-searing is just that initial tutorial part of Guild Wars. But here you go. We got the 20% enchantment lasts longer, I think +5 energy. This was one of the green weapons that they introduced later on that my character is holding. So later on my monk became my main character. Let's see, some other names. I know I had Shining Javanon as a name from my elementalists, Lord Delco as my warrior, Princess Vardar as my monk. What was my Necro's name? I don't even remember what my Necro was. It's been a while since I played Guild Wars. I thought about rebooting my Guild Wars disc. and playing Team Arena again, or what do you, I don't even know what the arena's called when you go into like solo arena or whatever. But I thought about doing that and playing my monk again. So I got my second set, F2, negative energy set. Set 3 is my fiery sword with my shield to boost the armor, and then I have my high energy set, which is plus like 15 energy, plus another 25 or something like that, but it reduces the energy regain to 2 bars, so you would have to manage that individually. So monking or playing support was probably one of the hardest roles. You had to know all the skills that were coming at you against your team, and knowing your position on the map and being able to heal the characters that would overextend. Also knowing when to kite, being able to switch weapon sets, seeing skills coming at you, knowing when their recharge time is, managing your energy, just a lot of technical stuff that people don't really realize. That's why I think Guild Wars 2 will be pretty good, because every character's got to be smart or they're just going to run in and die, and there's no one to blame but themselves. There was a team I know in Guild Wars that was called Blame the Monks, which was pretty funny. Right here, this was 36 minutes past. Usually I could self-heal myself really well. It was just sometimes hard to manage my team in Team Arena or individual arena. They would run off somewhere, or they wouldn't run to me to get healed, and they would die. And if you're a smart monk, you won't need a res, because if you're doing your job right, they won't die. But I can't manage the whole team by myself, and they act like idiots and run off somewhere and get kited and to die. And I can't get to them because I have 2 other members to worry about, plus myself. So this is just a little clip that everyone resigned on my team and left the game, and basically there's no damage output enough to kill me. So this match has gone to 36 minutes. I don't know if their team has a full team or what, but they couldn't kill me. Here's the pre-steering makeout party with the hot clan tag. I don't know any of these players that play anymore. Haven't kept in touch with them or anything, but here you go, Princess Vardar again, my monk, with the all black die. And this is, we were ranked 2,224. I don't know if this was a remake guild or we were just starting a new one or something like that, you know, like a remake. But we end up beating the number 6 ranked team. Guess who fails that game? And you see there, congratulations to Victoria's blue team pre-steering makeout party. So we ended up, I played for like top 100 teams, or played against them too. Gaming Since Birth, that's my team that I created, and my PvP class at the time of here was all about teleporting, and I think at this time the metagame was about split builds. So we ran, let's see here, 3 assassins, 1 warrior assassin, 2 monk assassins, assassin Ellie, is that a ranger assassin, and elementalist assassin. So every class with a secondary or primary of assassin to be able to split, to teleport, to get around the map very quickly, and change up different routes to confuse the enemy team. But here I think we end up winning against Forlorn Savior, which ends up, I think they ended up getting a gold cape later on during the Guild Wars after a lot of the teams stopped playing Build Wars. After monking, I created a warrior because I was sick of warriors not being able to kill. And this is here, Lord Delco. And if you guys remember, in Ascalon they had a team or arena you could go into, but you only could be level 10 or else you'd have to move on. I think I entered this at level 9, and I leveled up all the way to level 12, and consecutive wins, 126 consecutive wins, which is pretty amazing. You can see here, this is my build. I've kind of known a little bit about warriors, but like the skills you could get at that time, you couldn't get a lot of skills. So basically knowing the game because I built this after my monk. I created a build, and I don't even have a shield or anything. I have a focus, which gives me more energy to do whirlwind. So I would focus on one target, wait till if they had a monk, start to heal that guy, and I would switch targets. So after building adrenaline, I would focus on their monk, and I would just crush the monk, because I'd have all my adrenaline built up. And then once they started to run away, I would use I think that's bull run or something like that, if I remember right. But if they're running, they get knocked down, and I would just pound on them when they're knocked down, and then they try to get away again. I could just use whirlwind, which does an extra damage. Either when they're knocked down, they do extra damage, or knocks them down as well if they're up or something like that. I can't remember correctly, but just knowing the game, I could just destroy these newbies, if you would want to call them. And people would send me messages that I was hacking because I was level 12 in a level 10 arena. But I leveled up in the actual arena, and you keep going on. So technically, it wasn't hacking. But that was my warrior, and probably one of my most famous accomplishments of this game was getting that many wins. I don't know if anyone has that many wins in a row for Ascalon Arena. But on the right, zoom out a bit. Sorry about that. I don't know if you could see the build. Healing Signet, Res Sig. If you're not a monk, you always run Res Sig at least. Whirlwind, that was the skill I was talking about. Bull Run, or Bull Charge, or something like that. And I think that's Sever Artery, and that's supposed to be like Power Slash. I have no clue what that is, like Fury or something. But at level 10, you could not get a lot of skills. So on the other side, I think I have I think that's like a wand or something like that, or a staff that I used. Basically, it gave me more health, I think, if I ran away and I needed a heal or something. And I know that's Endure Pain. It gave me more health so I could run away. But also a staff you could use to build up adrenaline. So from long distance, if you didn't want to rush in there, you could use a staff, and it would do like 1 to 2 damage, but that's not what you needed. You wanted to build adrenaline. So that's what you'd use. Oh wait, wow, never mind. I guess I have more. 202 wins. Check that out. Still level 12 though. Same build as you can see, Lord Delco. Different people would join the game after I don't know why they'd leave, but I ended up playing with this Tracy Lords person, Ranger Mesmer. He got up to level 12 there with me as well. So you see here we have Ranger and a Necro now. Before we had a Mesmer and a Necro. So let me see if then sends Psycho still here. So that was, I guess, the most. 202 wins, sorry. It's been so long since I played this game. Let's see here. This is the team where we beat Forlorn Savior. They were ranked 61, while we were ranked 2,102. This map was very very large, and the split build just worked perfectly for us. And I think this one we went in for the gank. As you can see, our Guild Lord is taking damage. Let me zoom in. You see here, the Guild Lord is taking damage, so we both went for each other's Guild Lords past 24 minutes. And so the Guild Lord actually takes a lot more damage and doesn't recover as fast. So we ended up going with the gank, and I think we have 3 or 4 people going at him, and we ended up winning. This is, if you Google Team Quitters, that's what you'll get for that website. This is 2 Moons pictures that I'll show later on, but I gotta end the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.